Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. It's been way too long since my last Cavs video, I will be straight up, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are a phenomenal basketball team, and I would point them out to be, in my opinion, one of the most intriguing teams in the entire NBA. Well, they just finished the season with a win against the just spit everywhere. They just finished the season with a win against the Milwaukee Bucks to finish 44-38. Jared Allen hasn't played in, 15 or so games. This is a team that has been through hell and back. The Cleveland Cavaliers have literally been through hell and back. And so the fact that you are 44-38 after getting the third pick in last year's draft, brother, this is such a victory for Cleveland. This is such a victory for Cleveland. Cavs fans, I feel like Cavs Nation is pretty much in tune with this concept, this ideology, if you will. You're so ahead of schedule. You're so ahead of schedule. We saw the emergence of guys like, I think a lot of people knew Darius Garland was going to be at least somebody. This man's turning into a future superstar. Evan Mobley's looking like a generational basketball talent. Lauri Markkanen, what an unbelievable signing. Jared Allen, what an unbelievable trade and signed. Caris LeVert, phenomenal trade. Like Isaac Okoro, what a draft pick 2 seasons ago. He is had I guess phenomenal maybe wouldn't be like the best word to describe Isaac Okoro's offensive season, but what a change of pace isn't even where I would go as far to say, but like it's been a good year for Isaac Okoro offensively. Let's just put it that way, because we all know defensively he's going to be a stud. So welcome back to the channel, man. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I'm going to post no matter how far Cleveland goes in the playoffs, don't worry, I'm going to post a ton of Cavs videos in the offseason. This is one of those teams, in my opinion, that I would almost like translate to a Memphis Grizzlies as far as last year goes. So Memphis last year, 8 seed in the playoffs, 8 seed in the West. They were very ahead of schedule. This season, another kind of like predicted play-in tournament team, or at the best 5-6 seed, and we'll look at them now. They're one of the best teams in the NBA, and they have the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. That's actually very similarly to how I view the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think this is a really talented basketball team where you have this interesting blend of like veteran guys like Kevin Love, but for the most part it's pretty young basketball players, but they're not like super young where it's like almost a hindrance to your squad. It's guys like Darius Garland, it's guys like Lauri Markkanen, Jared Allen, Caris LeVert. Like they're players on the younger age scale, but they have a ton of potential still. So as far as everything stands right now, at the time of this recording, it's currently Sunday, April 10th. I'm pretty much like almost 100% sure that the Cleveland Cavaliers will end up playing the Brooklyn Nets. And so what's going to end up happening is if Cleveland plays Brooklyn, let me put this on the record. I don't think Ben Simmons plays. Now, will it matter? The injury to Jared Allen has been the first of a plethora of injuries all season. Like before Jared Allen, it was Caris LeVert. Before Caris LeVert, it was Ricky Rubio. Before that, it was Colin Sexton. But like in between all of that, you had Lauri Markkanen out for a fat chunk of time. You had Evan Mobley miss various chunks of periods at various points in the season. Like Cleveland at no point really this entire season has been able to just be like, hey, we're fully healthy over here. It just hasn't happened, because if that was going to happen, I highly doubt Cleveland would actually be in the play-in tournament. As talented as the Eastern Conference is, it's just pretty crazy how good Cleveland actually was this past season. Like it really is crazy. So let's say you beat the Brooklyn Nets, you play the 2 seed, which like I said at the time of this recording, I don't know who it's going to be. My guess is it's going to be Milwaukee or Boston. I would probably go to say it's Milwaukee, because Milwaukee already lost in today's game against the Cleveland Cavs. But I could be wrong. I really could be wrong. It's like pretty much kind of around dinner time right now. So I'm sure actually when this video is uploaded, you'll probably know who the number 2 seed is going to be. I don't think you can count Cleveland out against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think you can count them out against the Hawks, the Hornets. So at the very least, I don't think you can count them out of whoever they play in the 1st or 2nd seed, depending on what they get. It's probably going to be either, like, Cleveland's probably going to play Milwaukee, Boston, or Miami. And if I had to make a prediction, I would say it's going to be the Miami Heat. Just because I think maybe the Cavs finish as that 8 seed, and that would be my prediction because Miami's a lock at the 1st seed. The good news is for Cleveland, they're 2-1 against Miami on the season. The bad news is we still don't really have kind of an idea about Jared Allen. The good news for Cleveland is you have guys like, for example, Lauri Markkanen tonight in 21 minutes shot 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from downtown for 23 points, 7 rebounds, and finished with a plus 33. You have guys like Evan Mobley, who's back from injury, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. Darius Garland, DG, the PG, he pretty much had to do nothing tonight. It was pretty evident, actually, that Milwaukee was trying to lose this game. 11 points, 8 rebounds, plus 38. Karis LeVert, didn't even have a good game. He finished plus 38. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jared Allen's good to go for the play-in tournament game, because that's going to kind of distinguish or establish kind of how the lineup's going to look. Jared Allen comes back from injury, I would imagine you go back to kind of what you've been running for most of the season. DG, Isaac Okoro, Lauri Markkanen at the 3, Evan Mobley at the 4, Jared Allen at the 5. But currently without Jared Allen, they have Karis LeVert in the starting lineup, which I kind of like. I kind of like the idea of Karis LeVert starting. The thing is, if you put Isaac Okoro on the bench, I just don't know if he's going to have like that big of an impact off of the bench where he's going to help, kind of dictate a game. So my guess is if Jared Allen comes back for the play-in game, or if you do advance to the 7-game series, my guess is that he would, stay in the starting lineup and Karis would hit the bench. The good news is Rondo is back. Rondo also missed a fat chunk of the season once he was acquired from the Cavs tonight. You kind of saw playoff Rondo almost in prime form. 6 points for him, 4 rebounds, 13 assists in just 25 minutes, finished a plus 17. So having guys like Rajon Rondo, having guys like Kevin Love, who shot 8 of 11 from downtown, 32 points, 10 rebounds in literally 15 minutes. He broke NBA history tonight with that statistic. So, just because you have some injuries on this team, don't think Cleveland is an easy victory, whether it's in the play-in tournament or whether it's in a 7-game series. At the very, very, very worst, Cleveland is set up for a long-term run at the NBA Finals, or at the very worst, just being relevant in the Eastern Conference. So that's it for today, man. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button, drop some comments down below. I don't know, we definitely don't have the official play-in tournament schedule, but I definitely got Cavs Nation covered with that, especially if they get a win and they advance to a 7-game series. I definitely will be covering all playoffs. So enjoy it. Get ready for some off-season content, some playoff content for the Cavs, depending on how the season goes, but you'll get both of it. And I'll see you guys later.